I want to share with you today some basic wisdom. You've probably heard this before and you're going to hear it again today. It's the basic principle that nature abhors a vacuum. And it was Aristotle, I guess, who first made that observation. He noticed that everything needs to be filled with something. And so the way this applies to the human life and to the spiritual life is that oftentimes as we try to change our lives, we try to rid our lives of bad things. We say, I'm going to stop doing this, and I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to, empty my life of this. And the danger is if we empty our lives of all kinds of things and don't fill our lives with something to replace it, we're just going to create a vacuum. And again, if we don't have something to replace that space with, like the likelihood is that the bad stuff is just going to come back. So again, the basic principle is in the spiritual life, oftentimes you're better off focusing on filling your lives with good things. And when you do that, the bad things, they're going to naturally make their way out. And again, if we're empty our lives, we have to have something to fill them with. And this can be applied to the use of our time. Like if we say, okay, I'm not going to watch TV anymore. Well, you better have something to do, because otherwise you're going to be like, what am I going to do? It can also be applied to relationships. Like if you have friends who are really bad influence on you, you can't just stop having friends. You can say, rather than stop hanging out with these people, say, hey, I'm going to start hanging out more with the people from the youth group, going to more of the socials with the youth group, for example. And also with our minds. Rather than focusing on not thinking bad thoughts, when we are tempted to think bad thoughts, the first thing we should do is begin to think about something good. Now, what I want to do is I want to leave you with an image you'll probably never forget, and that's the image Father Scott would use when he would teach the seminarians about this. What Father Scott would do is he would present to them an empty glass, and he would ask the seminarians to say, okay, can someone take all the air out of this glass? And the seminarians are like, what? And then finally one seminarian would take the glass and he'd go like, I'd be like, man, it's impossible. I can't get the air out of this glass. This is weird, and all that. Because again, there's this vacuum. And then Father Scott would say, okay, now watch this. And he would take some water and he would pour it in the glass. And the seminarians would be like, whoa, wow, dude. And then check it out. Look at that. No more air in the glass. Why? Because the glass was filled with something good. So there you go. Fill your life with good things, with awesome things, and the bad stuff will disappear.